Hi friends, welcome back to Beccarelli's Books. Tonight I'm wanting to give this fabric a go. This was off the dress that I got from Shein. That is nice and crunchy. Not crunchy, but swishy. Anyway, I wanted to give it a try because I don't know how it's going to react to glues. But I have this book that is a bit damaged. So it's not one that I would use as a nude cover with just like a nice topper on it. I do like to use them with their spines intact and everything, but this has got marks on it, so it's in good enough shape to cover. So let's take it apart. I really like this. Pity about the stamp, but oh well. So I'm just going to, I actually need to replace that. Really quickly. Sorry, not a good way to start a video, but we just need to replace the blade here. And that looks new. That's the last one in that little pack. Right. Okay, moving on. Alright, so I'm just going to very carefully cut right next to, let's see if you can see it. See here? So most of you will already know how to do this, but I thought, oh, I'll just put it, can't hurt to put another video on the internet of how to gut a book, surely. So we just want to cut that away from there without cutting through this spine. And we just turn this one like this too, and carefully cut as close to the text block as you can. That one was quite easy. Alright. So I've kind of messed this one up, but that's alright because I can just trim that away. So it is best excuse me, to use a sharp blade and to be very careful with it. You'll get a much easier cut and a smoother cut. Alright, so there is that. Now we want to reinforce this spine here before we cover. So I've just got some cardstock. I'm just going to use cardstock this time. Other things that you could use are packaging. You could use like the shipping bags, lots of different sturdy cardboards you could use. Nothing too thick though. Alright, so I'm going to cover. I don't really want to lose too much of these pages here, so I might cut this quite narrow. I'll cut it about 2.5 inches. Will be plenty. And I'll measure that properly so that I cut it right. So it is 19 0.8. Okie doke. Alright, so I'm just going to use some Mod Podge for this. And I'll dry my brush because I don't want it to be too sloppy. And I've just got my little jar of Mod Podge and I'll just slop that in here. We'll get it right underneath those parts so they stick down. Now I'm only putting the cardstock over the yellow part, not over the red part, but I don't mind if a little bit of the Mod Podge goes on the red bit because we're covering it. The whole thing will be covered in Mod Podge soon enough, so it's don't have to be super careful. Excuse me again. Oh gosh. Alright, we're just going to stick that down there nice and straight and burnish it. We want to burnish it into the spine. And if we need to add some more Mod Podge or whatever wet glue you're using, you can. Sorry for bumping you. All right, that's all nicely stuck in there. So that's it for that bit. So I might just stick a bit of art glitter glue in there. Make sure that's all glued down. And a little bit in the ends. All right. So this is where we want to see how this fabric is going to react to the Mod Podge. So I'm going to measure this. I've just cut a chunk. I think I want this bright side. Okay. And I might utilize that, although it's not straight. So let's not do that. We'll just put it in the middle. All right, so I'm going to cover the cover in Mod Podge fairly liberally. Make sure to get it in all of the nooks and crannies. See that again, me with a paintbrush. Straight away I shut my mouth. Can't talk and paint at the same time. Right, I'll just go back over some of that. Just to wet it back up again. Oop. Slipping around everywhere. We don't want any dry parts really, because I don't think it will stick. Okay, so then I'm just going to put that where I want it. And then flip it over. Actually, before I flip it over, I'm going to trim that so I don't have all that extra fabric. Alright, so then we start at the middle. And smooth it out. It's handy to have like a cloth of some kind, because your hand will catch, like your skin will catch the fabric, whereas a piece of cloth or tissue or a wet one or something will just slide over the top of it. Okay, so because this fabric is polyester, it will bubble. So you want to make sure you really smooth it out. I mean, it's not too bad, but... And the Mod Podge isn't seeping through by the looks. So far, so good. It looks like now that it's stuck on there, it looks like lycra. Alright, I'm just going to grab my brush again, just dry it off a little bit, and then just here, there's just a little dry patch right there where that glue won't, that fabric isn't sticking. Yeah, see, that's wetter, so it's actually coming through a little bit. And you've got a bit of wet here too. I wonder how that'll dry. So that'll be interesting. Okay. So I'm thinking I'm going to make it a rough fold in, so I can keep those end pages with the little donkeys. So I'm just going to cut it fairly close, and I don't think this will fray, or will it? Oh yeah, it'll fray a little bit, which is probably, it's not fraying very nicely, but it will fray, which is nice. I like it a lot. So now I'm going to just put some art glitter glue all along this edge here, and a little bit in on the end paper. So quite liberal, and then I'm going to smooth it out with a silicone brush. Make sure it's the glue's actually on the side too. Alright, and then we'll bring that over. So using the art glitter glue is good. It's working really well. It's not seeping. It's holding quickly. It's nice and smooth. Oh, I like it. Yeah, cool. All right. And then we'll do the other side. So as I said, this is the test to see how this fabric adheres, but not to say I won't make a journal out of it, especially because it's actually working really nicely. Yeah, look at that. That's really nice. So there are some wet parts, but I'm thinking it will dry because it's not like, you know, when sometimes you get the fabric glue or the glue seeping through and you get these wet marks, but you can feel the glue. You can't feel the glue on this. All right, so I'm thinking that the corners, I don't think I'm going to fold them in. I'm just going to trim this to fold up. And then I might, what am I going to do here? I'll just cut off the corner. We'll see how that goes. All right, I'm going to put a liberal amount of glue in the corner there. So when I fold that up, I can jam all of those little edgy bits in there, and it should give me a crisp corner. Same with this bit here, where some of the top of the book is actually coming apart. Oh, the lid popped off. God, I'm having trouble with glue at the moment. All of my glues I'm having trouble with. But we can spread what we've got out. We'll pinch all of that. If you can see what I'm doing, I'm just pushing this fold into this fold this way, so you get a nice sharp corner. And because the glue dries quite quick, it will stay. Same with this is a bit soft, so I'm just forcing the shape of the spine while I'm pushing the fabric over. And we'll do this corner here. I might have cut that a little small. Yeah, I did cut it a bit small, but that's okay. That's the front. We could put a nice corner on there if that starts to give up the ghost. I like it. It's working really nicely. Look at that. That's bright, isn't it? All right. So pull this part back a little bit. I'll trim it, but I'm going to trim it a little bit further away from that corner than I did before. Should have cut these corners before, but I didn't, so we'll just do what we can with what we've got going on. Okay, just force the shape of that spine. Needs a bit more glued on. A bit more glue here too. Pull all that in. Just going to trim this corner. And just glue those flaps down a bit more. Alright, that actually looks pretty good. I like it. So I think the trick is to definitely spread your Mod Podge out quite well with so I normally work with cottons and things, not polyester. And this is a real, like, terrible fabric to wear, but it looks like it works all right for a journal cover. It's pretty cool. It's very bright. It's stuck very well. There's no bubbling or anything. It's gripped. Oh, it's great. Honestly, it's really, really nice. Yeah. So when I open it up, it does bubble a little bit. So I probably could have put a little bit of extra glue there, but when you close it, it's very smooth. So yeah, I think that turned out okay. So with these edges, I could trim them if I wanted to, leave these inside pages, cover this with something, fabric even. Yeah, so we'll keep working on this one, I think, but that's how I just covered that book, gutted it, covered it, and yeah, we'll keep working on this one just to do different little trials, but I hope you like that. I think it's pretty nice. And I hope you like this video, and come back for more. All right, have a good night. Bye.